hood like an infant. Just getting drunk because you miscalculated the next.
Let's get.
From the giddy up, better choose the right one or pick the kiddies up.
Oh, reshippers hurt. I wonder how long for.
Take me to the dark side, baby. Stuck inside a daydream lately. Hold me on the dark side.
I swear, if it's a strained hip.
Only on the dark side, baby. We could take a night drive, baby.
Severe left ankle
Crash
sprain.
into the starlight, baby. We could do it all night. We could do it all night. Only on the dark side, baby. All my friends, they call you crazy, but I've been thinking about you lately. We can turn the lights off. We can turn the lights off. Only on the dark side.
Hi, folks. The NBA.
We not worry about none of these niggas.
A regular season rolls on. This game, part of the NBA Cup. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. This is that grinded out part of the year, Grant. Everyone just fighting through it.
No question, BA. And it's not just physically exhausting. You're trying to focus on every game, every possession. This is where your leaders can help keep everyone focused.
A look at the Pelicans starting group. They've got Brandon Miller clinging out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Forte in at the 4.
Oh, yeah.
Gilgeous Alexander against Giddey. Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous Alexander over Giddey. Here's Holmgren. Lays it up and banks it
I
in.
know what that possession was.
And along with everything else he
It's
brings,
made basketball.
Holmgren plays with a high motor.
And here are the Pelicans now. Up top, Giddey. Gilgeous Alexander defending. Here's Strother. And he buries his first look.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Here's James. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Pass to Miller. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Forte passes to Miller. Over James.
Oh, pal.
Offensive rebound. Forte. Soft
Fucking
touch off
pal,
the
my
glass.
bad.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
Now Gilgeous Alexander. He played a great game against Indiana.
A short trip up for Holmgren, but there's plenty of power behind his jam.
At around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Strother. Playing Utah, he was nearly unstoppable. Here's Klingon. A nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. For Long Beach, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And you watch Donovan Clingan. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Graham.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, BA. He cleaned up a lot offensively, but took his strength and conditioning to another level.
New Orleans calls timeout. Time for us to check in on the NBA assist leaders over the last 10 games. The fourth spot held by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's making a lot of friends with the way he's been moving the ball, setting up his teammates nicely in their favorite spots.
Here's Miller. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Gilgeous-Alexander against Giddey. Here's an 8-footer. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on LeBron James. It's his first trip to the line. Anthony's checked in for Long Beach. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He's such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Forte passes to Miller. Down low. Oh, deflected. Forte. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Intelligent basketball. Keep feeding the hot hand.
Ain't no one trying to play split gate.
Gasol the screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, shit.
And he can't get that one.
What the fuck?
And Giddey has got the ball here for New Orleans. Trailing by 2. Holmgren against Miller. Pass to Forte. That one is off. Ooh, solid defense from Anthony. And the
Fuck happened.
Backcourt violation, but over and back. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Anthony Edwards.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Here's Miller, and there's the drive. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Anthony with a bucket.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Pelicans trail by 2. Pass to Clingan. Miller against Anthony. Here's Forte. Hey, puts up a 3. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Screen by Holmgren. Inside. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And Shai's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Miller. Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Nigga.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Long Beach.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
New Orleans calls timeout. And the Pelicans making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Here's Forte. 7 points in the game. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Ooh, stolen by Gasol. In transition, here they come. And Anthony slams it in.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Pelicans trail by 4. Pass to Klingon. Thomas outside. Here's Strother. He's guarded by Anthony. Back to Thomas. And there's the screen. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
From deep. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
And you watch Cam Thomas. Talk about a scorer's mindset, RJ.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup. He's proficient and efficient from all 3 levels. He is as confident as they come.
And that's good as he hits both shots. For Long Beach, they've got 8 out of 12 shots to fall. Gasol, a screen on Giddey. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gasol, and he gets the bucket.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Thomas. On the wing, Green. Brown, a screen on Anthony. Green, the pass to Brown. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And they may have
I think we
talked
had
about
Green
shot
on our team at
selection
one
coming
point.
into this.
Long Beach has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Edwards. The teardrop falls off target. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession. And these are the best teams this season when it comes to converting points off turnovers.
And when you turn it over against these guys, they make you pay for it. They lead the league in points off turnovers.
Miller's checked in for New Orleans. Watson comes in for Giddey. Now here's Watson. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Outside Watson. Thomas right side. Over Edwards. Thomas misses. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Long Beach. The mood around the team right now on cloud 9. Looking for their 13th win in a row.
Yeah, not very often you see a team that's got the juice flowing like these guys. They've got the right attitude, the right team-focused basketball to win against just about anyone. Going to be interesting to see who and how this stretch comes to an end.
Brown, a screen on Anthony. Kick out to Brown. Fires the 3. Anthony grabs the board.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Knocks it loose. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Edwards. Pass to Anthony. Lets it go from the wing. Count it. Good. And now a 6-point Long Beach lead.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Here's Thomas for 3.
Damn, he almost hit that and I was getting pissed off.
It is offline. And so it's
Pissed
Jen
off.
Holmgren making things happen for Long Beach. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back to the game. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Long Beach is doing, guys, your thoughts?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Okay, on the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. We got Cam Thomas, and it's done in at the 4-man position. Miller can't get it to go.
That's just a bucket play that you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss that.
And Long Beach has possession. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of New Orleans this year.
Well, last year they swept the season series. There was a talent differential between the 2 teams. We'll see if that gap has narrowed.
Yeah, these teams were not on even ground last year, but no matter what it looks like on paper, we see teams make big turnarounds every season.
And here's New Orleans now. 6-point game. Here's Black. Pass to Holmgren. To the middle. There's Holmgren on the slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Thomas, that's good.
Damn.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Fires from
Oh,
way
what the fuck?
outside. Offensive board. Holmgren down low.
No.
Holmgren drops it in.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. You got a piece of it. Here's Black, defended by Watson. Here's Holmgren, and he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
New Orleans calls timeout. Both teams will make substitutions. The field for the three-point contest is just about set. And no matter what the final list looks like, it's going to be an incredible competition.
It just always is. The winner gets to stake claim as best shooter in the world, and that's a title lots of guys in this league really want.
You look at Miller, he occupies the top spot in voting. We'll very likely see him in the three-point shooting competition.
And he might already be the favorite. When he gets in a groove, he's automatic.
The voting is just about over. We'll keep you updated. This is just a tremendous list.
And each year that passes by, it becomes more and more difficult to pick a field. So many talented shooters in the NBA right now.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
It's Thomas on the wing. And the rebound goes to Long Beach. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
And how about Edwards, keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Pelicans trail by 12. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Klingon. Check by James. And he takes it down.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Black. Thomas defends. Pass to Edwards. The fadeaway. No good that time.
And he felt like he needed a little bit more space with the fade to get off his shot, but that might have been what threw him off and made him miss.
Here's Klingon. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on LeBron James. And this will be his third and fourth free throws of the game here.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
The first free throw is good. And Long Beach making a change here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. And New Orleans making a change here. Good on the second, so he makes them both. Long Beach leading by 8. The kick out to Edwards from downtown, and it's Giddy with the rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Long Beach. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Black. Giddy defends. And again, Long Beach no good. And Giddy has got the ball here for New Orleans. They defeated Utah in their last game.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
Pelicans trail by 8. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Forte passes to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Stoudemire.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
SGA working through contact inside.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Pass to Klingon. Now here's Thomas. He's guarded closely. Wide open look. And it's in there. Thomas has got 9.
Okay, let's throw out the analytics for a moment. When he's taking the mid-range, it's a winning shot.
Here's Black. Three-pointer. That one's good. And
That's
so
really
Gilgeous-Alexander
good.
with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Giddy against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Forte. A minute 31 left in the second. With the drive, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Giddy passes to Miller. Outside Giddy. Pass to Forte. Miller outside. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Long Beach.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Giddy against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Klingon. Gasol's checked in for Long Beach. Anthony comes in for Black. Dunn, he's checked in for New Orleans. Strawler comes in for Thomas. Here's Klingon. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah. Left side Giddy. This one for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. He's got 5. Long Beach leading by 8. Here's Edwards. Edwards with some muscle.
And just working his way inside. Keeping Edwards out of the paint is not an easy task.
And here's Giddy. He had 10 points in the win against Utah.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
From Pete Giddy. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Long Beach now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Phantom half-court shot drum roll. And that's where it is.
Halftime is here, And what better way to tip it off than to analyze the latest news on the trade front? And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days?
It's different, that's for sure. Now, if you're watching TV, you know, it jumps out at you. But the players on the court don't even notice it.
That's because you're always looking up at everybody, Kenny. Always knew what the floor looked like.
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, they obviously love the three-point shot, but tonight it does not love them back.
You know what, Kenny? When you love something and it doesn't love you back, time to move on.
Hold on, let me write that down. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
Big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Pretty much the entire first half, he was dominating down low, piling up a ton of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the paint and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
And now we'll send it over for a report on Chet Holmgren.
Hey guys, Long Beach's head athletic trainer gave me an update. The knee did bend backwards and he confirmed it was hyperextended. Doesn't appear to be any significant ligament damage at this time. Initially, a return to the floor was in question, but now that's been answered with a resounding yes. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Graham.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to spend
bitch.
It's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Edwards out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Chet Holmgren. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Gasol in at the power forward position. And for New Orleans, they've got Josh Giddey. Miller is out there with Klingon. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. From the wing. And there's James on the assist by Holmgren.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Klingon. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. There's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He really did all
Two
that.
hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
At the line for one.
And the free throw, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's James. LeBron, a smooth operator inside.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Pass to Forte. Now here's Miller. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his third foul so far.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Anthony's checked in for James. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Klingon. Checked by Gasol. Klingon's shot is up. He's leading by 13. Shot from the mid-range. Edwards can't hit. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. New Orleans calls timeout. And a chance here to check out this season's top free throw shooters. Second is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's not a guy you want to foul. He's so calm at the line, sinks his free throws with ease.
Pelicans trail by 12. Giddey with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Klingon. Miller against Anthony. Shoots from 12. Ooh, nice
Shit.
shot by Miller. Miller's got 7 points in the game.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Giddey with a rebound.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Out to the right wing. Here's Strother. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Strother's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time. And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Miller outside. Pass to Klingon. Driving to the basket. Gasol grabs the board. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Pelicans trail by 7. Now Giddey. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14.5 a game. Miller can't get it to go.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Pass to Edwards. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by New Orleans. It's the 2nd game of 3 on the road. And stolen by Edwards. To the inside. And Anthony slams it in.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Giddey. Good work defensively by Gilgeous-Alexander. Long Beach leading by 9. Shea with a step. Tries a spin move. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Have to respect the tenacity. Gilgeous-Alexander isn't afraid of going straight at the defense on the drive.
Dunn, he's checked in for New Orleans. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Giddey. He's got 5. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giddey's got 7 points.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Klingon. Back to Giddey. Here's Klingon. Miller outside. From outside the arc. Knocks down the long J. 10 points for him.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half. Getting to his spots, executing with ease.
Here's Edwards. Strother grabs a miss. Pelicans trail by 8. And here's Giddey. He's got 7. Pass to Klingon. And he's going for the oop here. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Giddey picking him up.
Oh my
And
God.
can't hit.
At some point, you need to know when to stop shooting. Just too many misses piling up for him.
Strother, no good.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Klingon's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Dunn. From down in the low post, it goes. Dunn's got his first basket.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout.
I don't
He
like
wants a
that
few
shit.
moments to regroup with his
I
players.
like that.
Both teams making substitutions here. Let's see some of the numbers here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
And Long Beach has possession. They've led by as many as 14. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Long Beach?
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Thomas, right side. Back to Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. And the rebound goes to Long Beach.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Anthony, the pass to Black. Off target from outside. Pelicans trail by 9. Here's Dunn. Rebound by Stoudemire. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Long Beach. Holmgren with a screen on Giddey. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's down. His 7th make in 13 attempts today.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Giddey passes to Green. Here's Thomas for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Black. Green covering. Got a hand on it. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get it again. Kick out to Brown. Here's Thomas. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Thomas has got 11 points.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening. The officials were right on top of that one.
Long Beach shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he drops it first.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shai in the league.
Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
Lets it go from deep. Thomas misses. Here's Black. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Long Beach. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got James, and it's Stoudemire in at the power forward. Pass to Thomas. Outside Watson. To the middle. Here's Miller. Yep, that one's good.
Whatever adjustments were made at half, boy, they are working. He's looking like a different player since the break.
It's Edwards on the wing. Thomas defends. From the high post. Second chance effort. It's scooped up. And at last, they get one to fall.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pelicans trail by 12. Pass to Thomas. 60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. Miller outside. Back to Watson. Dunn outside. Thomas up top, guarded by Edwards. Thomas misses. Long Beach leading by 12. Tries to break his ice. Oh, Anthony Edwards takes flight.
Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
Thomas outside. done. Inside. Here's Miller. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Here's Black. Miller pulls it in.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
Here's Thomas.
Hell
And so
no.
he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And a quick look at how New Orleans' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Atlanta Hawks.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get. But I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
Gasol's checked in for Long Beach. Anthony comes in for LeBron. And the Pelicans also making a change. Strawther's checked in for Watson.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Back to Thomas. Here's Strawther, guarded by Edwards. Lets a floater go. And Brown with the layup.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Edwards, no problem with the contact.
And just an agile move by Edwards inside, allowing him to beat the contact.
Over to the wing. Back to Thomas. Here's Miller. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits.
And right now they're plus 8 rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Edwards. Three-pointer, Anthony. The Pelicans pull it in. Down low. There's a whistle. That goes on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Ooh, stolen by Gasol. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Clean pulls it down. And Giddey has got the ball here for the New Orleans Pelicans. Down by 12. And again, New Orleans no good. For Long Beach, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Gasol, the screen. To the middle. And then Gasol with the jam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Yeah, when Shea goes all out, catching up to him is not an option, and he is gone.
Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
And this is Shea's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Pelicans trail by 16. Knocked away. And he converts the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 18 points now here in the second half.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
The Pelicans call timeout.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, and this game really has his fingerprints all over it. He's been dominating and making it look effortless. It's always fun to watch someone just flat out take over like he's done here today.
Hey, these fans love him so much, and when he gets it going, they respond. The crowd's energy fueled his performance. Baseline J is on the way, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Miller's got 6 in the quarter.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Fires it. Jay Gilgeous-Alexander again.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Giddy against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Klingon. To the right side. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Strother. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to Long Beach. Gasol's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Here's Klingon. Miller outside. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
James outside. Screen by Holmgren. Shot's good by James.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Pass to Klingon. Here's Miller. Here's Forte. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes the first.
Shooting from the islands. Forte. 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by New Orleans. 41 seconds left in the fourth. Thomas passes to Green. Now Watson. It's Thomas on the wing. Baseline jumper. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Long Beach. 22 was their biggest lead. Here's Black. Watson with the rebound. So it's Long Beach winning this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson.
If you ain't about that game, then shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Cut me down to MIA, and then he game on wood. With that pull my life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, back on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces on the same they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that the same, that flop. I'm the same from first street with them raise that lock. The same that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And he hating on me, waiting on me. Still on that hook, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friend turn to your enemy. And when this beef, I turn my enemies. With them, they go for 40, ain't no 10. Hold up, broke, turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't done pretty. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that boy when he first touched that. I'm gone. Woo!
Yo, what's the next NBA Cup games? What the fuck?
Cornrows and manicure toes, Fendi capri pants and parasuit clothes. I'm out to Diddy and City with one or two clothes. Straight into the bowl. I know, and I love it when you make your knees touch your elbows and bring it down low to the floor. There you go. I throw it on me slow, and every time I bust a rhyme, baby, give me some more. You say it like that when and I'll be right back. Yeah, that's my very next line. I use it time after time when I'm speaking my mind. It's no matter from shooting game to a pigeon to dime. I ask you who that is talking about the ticks. Somebody probably jealous cause they but ain't nobody else dropping like this. Should we apologize? Just leave them. Hey, under their mommy, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Under their mommy, yeah, yeah.
Nigga, is there no more NBA Cup games? What are the team looking like right now? Everybody back? Everybody back.
Wash my hands under a gold style, but feeling icky. I ain't picky, start frontin' when the show's out. What you mean? 20 inches when they roll out. Come and give me big faces when they roll out. Vision window make me. I keep a close eye when the door out. Then I slide off in the Escalade. Me and G in silent like the ice bed. Me and E, Frosty, Roger the Rabbit and Bugsy. Understand me, rap rich like mummies. If you compare me to the local grocery, then you'll see I got more carrots than Aldi, more red than algae, and bags to stand me. Sure like Albie, meet the ticks in Maui. Yeah. Under their mommy, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Under their mommy, yeah,
you.